Good morning, Nerd Fighters. It's Wednesday, the day after yesterday. Alright, we gotta go out of town soon, so I'm going to do a quick recap of yesterday. Yesterday, something kind of terrible happened. I was bringing some groceries in from the car with my mom because, I was being a good person and all that. And when I was up on the deck, the milk was really wet, and I dropped it. And when it hit the porch on the wood, it exploded and threw a gallon of milk all over, like, the 50 square feet of our porch. The porch itself is probably way more than 50 square feet, but the milk covered about, like, 10 square feet. Yeah, I just did some measurements, and the porch itself is something close to 200 square feet. So now all this milk is all over, and I have to clean it up. Which I start to do. I go inside and I get like a gallon of hot water inside of this big jug. I take it outside, I throw it on the milk. I go back inside, get another gallon of hot water, throw it on the milk, trying to like push it off the edge of the porch, and it's not working very well. I mean, I'm like taking the bucket and throwing it like that so it throws all the water out at a big angle, but it's just water. It's not like a broom. It didn't take the milk right off. So I come inside, I put the big jug in a sink, I turn the hot water on, start to fill it up, and I think, I have an iPod, why don't I listen to it? So I take my iPod out and put it in. I try to select a song, and the iPod freezes. Well, that's not cool. But it's done that a few times before, and I know what to do, so I take it up to my computer. I plug it into the computer and press the reset buttons, the select and the menu or play or whatever it was. And then when it resets, when it gets to it shows the Apple logo booting up. And then when it gets to the actual part where it's supposed to start to work, it just shows me a small black and white icon of an iPod with a frowny face on it, blinking, telling me to go to apple/support.com or apple.com for support or whatever. If you can't tell, my voice is kind of hoarse. So I'm like, well crap, now my iPod's screwed up. So I go to apple.com/support/iPod and I look, and based on the symptoms that I'm getting, I have to send my iPod in to like a retail store or send it to the whole Apple thing down in California, and they will get me a new one. Considering that we are going out of town today for Thanksgiving, I kind of wanted to have my iPod. But I've done business with Apple before, and I know they're pretty fast, and I think they'll get it back right when I get back from this Thanksgiving thing, which, is usually how it works out for me. So, I go to apple.com, I send in a support request, I type up what's going on, and then I have to wait for an email, but really I never got the email. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. I hope not. Then I read the instructions of what's going to go on. They're going to send me an empty box. They actually call it the empty box. I will put my iPod in the empty box, and then I will send it to them. They will fix the iPod, or they'll actually replace the iPod. And then they send me the empty box with my new iPod, and I get to use it. As soon as I finish that, I pick up my cell phone to call my mom and tell her what happened to my iPod, because, that kind of had me annoyed. And then I realized my cell phone wouldn't turn on. Took the battery out, put it back in, I took the panels off and put them back on, I pressed all the buttons, I tried plugging it into the wall, and it told me it was unable to charge. That was the only response I could get out of it. Alright, so I broke my iPod, and I broke my phone. And then my sister broke my dad's laptop computer. Somehow. I mean, it's running Windows Vista, so what can you expect? But still, the screen shouldn't flicker like that. And then I came back downstairs, and the sink was overflowing with hot water. So we're 3 electronics down. I hope this guy here isn't next, because I like that guy. And just like 3 days ago, I got it paid off. But today, something happy happened. I got my empty box. It's noticeably bigger than my iPod, but, you know, I guess that's just how it works. And this is just an example of how easy to use Apple is. I mean, here it's got all my stuff. If you pull it off, there's all the Apple address and stuff. So I just need to rip this paper off, put my iPod in it, and then send it in a mailbox, and off it goes. It also gives me my estimated costs right there. And I kind of like to read it because my iPod is still under warranty. So, like, no matter what I do, no matter how I screw up, they can't charge me anything. So it's like, if you fail to comply and instead decide to repeatedly hit your iPod with a sledgehammer but still send it in to us, we will replace it for $0. Really, I don't think they would, but, you know, it has a lot of stuff kind of like that on here. So guys, I will see you tomorrow. Say bye to my iPod.